this video for the practical session where I discuss about formula and function, naming of the cell and the cell ranges, sum and sumif function, and if and the nested if function. So please watch this video up to the last so you can easily understand the using of the functions. Welcome to my channel Tech Guru. Previously we already discussed about the cell referencing, where I have created a practical classroom for cell referencing. Today I am going to discuss about the formulas and the function, and what are the types of the functions you are having in this chapter we are going to discuss. So before discussing about the formula and function, I want to discuss what do you know about the formula first. As you know that this is a Excel workbook. If I want to sum any data, suppose there is 23, 24, 23, 23, 34, 35. If I want to sum this, how I can sum? I have to use equal to sign, because before creating any formula we need to use equal to sign. Now select all this separately. I3 plus H3 plus 23 means G3 plus and again F3. Look at here, we select each and every cell along with the plus sign here. I take it manually, right? Whenever you use manual operators, whenever you use any operator manually to create a formula, that is a formula actually, right? When you enter, you got the answer. In the same way, if I use equal to this value minus this value minus this value, again I am taking what? Minus sign, and when I entered, it gives you the result. If I use equal to and again select two datas like F3 into G3, now here I choose into sign manually to create a formula. Or suppose you want to calculate a percentage of that, any percentage. Suppose I have a number out of 100, I have 45. Okay, so equal to 45 means I3 divided by 100 into 100. This is a formula of percentage. I3, the obtained marks, divided by 100 into 100. I got a 45% here. So in this way you can easily understand that is a formula where we make our formula by using manual operators, by using operators manually. So now if I go for function, what do you mean by the function? Simply I have to take equal to sign for the same datas. I want to add this data, so few ready-made functions, formulas are there inside the Excel library. So that that internal function, that ready-made formula is known as function. Now if I want to add these without using plus sign manually, you have to take equal to sum bracket open select this range of the data from F3 to I3, close the bracket and do the enter. You got the same. In the same manner, if I go for minimum value, which is the minimum among this, equal to min, mean, bracket, select the range, bracket close, enter. So minimum value is 23. If I type here 20, it will automatically change into the 20. Okay, so here you can differentiate very easily what is the formula and function. Formula, where we use operators manually to create our formulas, and function is ready-made formula inside the Excel library which we are using only. Now this is sum. Sum is what? Ready-made function which add this data. There is no need of plus sign. In the same manner, min, is used to find out the minimum value under the given range. So these are the ready-made function. So I hope you understand the difference between formula and function. Okay. After discussing formula and function, here I am going to discuss about the naming of the cell. Naming of the cell. What do you mean by the naming of the cell? Suppose I have so many data to add, many of the data from this to this area, and I want to add this from 1 to 10. There is some data like 20, 30, 45, 46, 78, 90, 99, 43, 46 and 90. This much of data I have. Okay, I highlight this one so that you can easily understand about the naming of the cell. So what do you mean by the naming of the cell? We give some name to the range. Suppose I want to calculate this. Suppose I want to calculate this range. How I calculate? With using function equal to sum. Okay, bracket, select this area, bracket close, enter. Yes, I got the answer here. Okay, suppose equal to sum, bracket open, select the data, bracket close. Before hit enter, I want to introduce about this range. What is the data range? A1 to A10. This is called the range. How it is called a range? Because there is a colon sign we are using between two cells, the upper cell and the last cell. Okay, so A1 to A10 is a range of the cell. This is the data range. I want to calculate this by using function. That function name is sum. Function name is sum. So when you hit enter, you got the answer here. In the same manner, if you want to calculate the same thing without taking a range, I don't want to take this name A1 to A10 because I want to define this range by some name. Okay, that is called the cell name. That is called the same cell name. Suppose equal to sum, and I take a name of this cell is Amit. It will work? Yes, student, it will work. No, it gives you error, name error. There is no any name defined inside the function by the name of Amit. So before applying the cell name, before applying cell name, you have to define any name for the particular range. So I want to define the name to this area. I want to mention this A1 to A10 as Amit. So if you want to naming this cell, you select this range and type here, type there, you have to type here, that is a name box, you have to type here Amit, okay, and enter. Now this much of data is introduced as Amit. If I select this much of data, there is no any name which I already given. But if I select this much of data, means the A1 to A10, it has a name right now. So I can easily use along with the function equal to sum bracket open and type the name Amit and click hit enter. Now you can easily hit enter. One thing you have to notice here, that is Amit in blue color. Why? Because this name is already defined. If it is not defined, it is in simple black color. So it is defined, that's why it is in blue color. When you hit enter, the same answer you got. So that is called the naming of, that is called the naming of cells or the range of cells. Understand? Now I'm going to discuss about the two functions, that is sum and sumif. It is very similar like sum, sumif. Sum is used to add the number from the given range, and sumif is used to add the number from the given range, but as per the criteria given. So let me check the sum. Equal to sum function bracket open, select this much of data A1 to A10 bracket close and hit enter. You got 623, right? Now I have to check sum if function. Equal to sum if, you have to type simply bracket open, select the same range A1 to A10, give a comma here to define a criteria, use double quote, inside the double quote you have to put your criteria. Suppose I am taking greater than 85 and double quote close, bracket close. Now look at the look at this function very carefully. Sum means used to calculate the data, add the data from the given range. If is used to check this condition. If is used to check this condition, means the meaning of this function is in this range more than 85 value is going to calculated. In this range more than 85 value is going to add. So if you hit enter, it gives you 75. Yes, I hope you understand it very simply. This much of value is more than 85, so this much of value is added here. Okay, if I use more than 85, if I put a value here 99, it automatically calculated the 99 also. If I use 100 here, it automatically calculated, because more than 85, the from this range If I use any value which is more than 85, it is automatically calculated. If I write 500 here, it is not going to calculate it here, because in this formula A1 to A10 is a range. I hope you understand it very clearly. Now guys, I am going to discuss about if and nested if commands, which is very important in your chapter spreadsheet. So before going to the if and nested if function, I want to show you one data here. That is a basic information of a student of class 11th of any school, I don't know. I created a number here. Out of 40 they got this much of number, and total, I'm going to show you how you calculate the total on it. So first of all, which command we need to calculate the total value? Equal to sum, bracket open, select the range 1 2 3 4 5, okay, bracket close and enter. You got 200. When you drag from the fill handle, it's automatically calculated. Now the next is, I want to show you the percentage, how you calculate the percentage here. Now equal to this value divided by 200. Why 200? This value is divided by 200, means obtained value divided by maximum value into 100, right? Enter. Now when you drag this value, you got the same. So you need to delete this one, because there is no need of this. You have the percentage here, okay. Now the next is, I want to show you how you apply the if function for the grading system. If function for the grading system, if you want to calculate a grade, how you do that? Very careful about this. Look at here. This is how you can easily calculate the grading system. Now first of all, I tell you about the if function only. If, where you use only two criteria, whether it is true or it is wrong. So equal to if, bracket open, this value, if this value L4, if this much, this value is greater than 90, if this value is greater than 90, comma, use true, otherwise use false. Understand? Only two conditions are there, true or false. Means pass or fail. Understand? Only two conditions are using here. If, in if only two conditions are there. If this condition match, give the value pass or the value fail, okay. If this condition is true, then it give this value, otherwise this value. So when you hit enter, it becomes fail, it gives you a fail. Why? This is below 90. When you drag, all are fail, because nobody is above 90. Now according to the CBSE system, if you want to calculate A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2, D or E, how you calculate this much, how you calculate this much of grading system. For grading system I use one criteria. For A1 give 90, for A2 give 80, more than 80, for B1 more than 70, for B2 more than 60, for C1 more than 50, for C2 more than 40, for D more than 32, for E below 32. Okay, so this you have clear, it is clear to all. This is the range which I have to mention here. Now start applying the nested if function. Look at my screen very carefully. Each and every steps are very important. Equal to if, bracket open, first condition. If this value is greater than 90, if this value is greater than 90, which will be the answer? A1 will be the answer. Okay, again you use if inside if, comma, again you use if. That is called the nested if. If Li4 is greater than 90, then give A1. If, again bracket, if I4 is greater than 80 according to this series, put A2, put A2, again comma, if, bracket open, if, bracket open, again bracket open. Now we are going to this condition. Now we are going to this condition. Again I4, value I4 is greater than 70, then give which one? B1, double quote close, again comma, if, bracket open, again I4 is the main box where we apply the whole formula. I4 is greater than 60, which value you have to take? B, what? B2. Okay, B2, again comma. Now we proceed for which one? C1, right? Again if, bracket open. Now we proceed for which value? I4 is greater than 50. Now take which value? That is C1, double quote close, again comma, if, bracket open, which value you have to take? I4 is the main box. Okay, more than 40, which value you have to take? 40, C2, understand? Again comma, if, again bracket open, which value you have to take? I4, if greater than 32. Now you have to stop here. Now it is a matter of understanding. You have to understand this thing very clearly. The last criteria, I4 value is greater than 32, it gives you D. Otherwise, now we use another condition here. If it is less than 32, it automatically provide you E. Understand? So how many brackets are opened here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 6 7. So you have to close 7 brackets, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, this is the formula you have to remember. How many ifs are there? 1 if, 2 if, 3 4 5 6 7. 7 ifs are there. 1 2 3. Why 7 ifs are there? Because there is a if there is a 8 condition. Why 7 ifs are there? Because I already mentioned e at the last if. If I4 value is more than 32, then it will return you D, otherwise it return you E. When you hit enter, it gives you C2. When you drag this value from top to bottom, it's changed according to the value given. Suppose anybody got 90. Suppose I give anybody, if I edit the marks of Anuj like this, it's automatically going to the 86 and 86 becomes A2. Now check, more than 86, more than 80 is A2, right? It's checked. So in this way you can work on the nested if. I hope you understand my explanation and about the if and nested if. If which consists of only two condition, and nested if means if inside if when you go through it. And I hope it's a very good example how to apply a if condition on the spreadsheet. Thank you.